Hello there, everybody. Welcome on into today's video. We greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day, swinging on over, checking us on out. We're back. We are back with another album, maybe two, for this twice ranking that we have going on here, this little series. And we are so glad that you guys are all enjoying it. Appreciate all the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this one as well. And guess what? Maze has notes. So
I remembered my notes.
It's not that you didn't remember your notes.
I lost them.
Your notes were missing. And I didn't even know.
Yeah, because we Rogue put it in her description, but after we finished the whole recording, I went to Rogue. Oh, by the way, I improvised everything I just talked about for the last nearly 2 hours.
Yeah.
That was all just off the top of my head.
I would never have known if you didn't tell me after we were done recording. Never would have. Sorry.
Maybe I should just take improv classes from now on.
Yeah, exactly. It was great. Oliver, she's shaking everything. Yeah, no, you did. I would never would have guessed that you didn't have notes in front of you. I kept seeing you look at your phone, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, you're that's where your notes are." No,
I'm looking to make sure I knew where I ranked what more than anything.
It was so funny, but we are going to be doing TWICEcoaster Lane 2. I'm excited, and then if we have Signal ready to go, so as long as we're both good, we're gonna just keep on going. We're gonna do Signal as well. So because the next couple of albums are long ones. I think Merry and Happy is 14 or 15 songs. Yeah. And then we get into more consistently 9 songs for a lot of the albums. Yeah. So we're trying to space it out as best as possible. And guess what? It wasn't 5 weeks. We're doing great.
We're doing great.
Yay,
we're being great YouTubers right now.
We are. I'm on a little break, so kind of you are too a little bit.
I'm also on a break.
We're both kind of on little breaks. We're just let's film. Let's do something. Let's do it.
We just don't know what a break actually is. We say we go on them, and then we're like, never mind. Let's do things.
I literally got yelled at on Twitter the other day by somebody. They were like, "Aren't you on a vacation?" And I was like, yes, but here we are.
That's literally me. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a break from social media, and then I've been streaming consistently, and someone was like, why are you streaming? I was like, because
I can't. We can't help it, guys. We love what we do. It's fun, and we love what we do. So that's how this works. But yeah, no, we're gonna same formula. And if you have not seen the last video, feel free. Link will be in the description. I'll put it in there, as well as there will be little cards everywhere at the end of the video, all that fun stuff. But yeah, you can go check that one out. We're doing the same formula. We're going to start with our least repeated songs.
Not least hated.
Not least hated, not anything, because Twice does not make bad songs.
No, they don't.
So it's just our least repeated ones and to our most repeated. That's how this works. So if you have not, this is the first ranking video you've joined us in on. But you're going to kick us off because we did the last one. So I think it's a theme now. So you get to go first. What number 9 is for TWICEcoaster Lane 2. Do tell.
Okay. Oh, God. I can already hear the pitchforks and the torches. My number 9 is TT.
Oh god. Okay.
And I need to preface this because I know TT's an icon in the entirety of K-pop, not just Twice in K-pop. But I have expressed this a lot on my side of my channel that TT is probably my least favorite title track.
Okay.
From Twice.
Yeah.
So already I feel like if you knew that about me, you kind of maybe saw this coming, that it was going to be near the bottom, if not last. But what I did say is, I said the song, the entire concept and the song is so fun, and it's so iconic, and it's something that I will never not say it's I won't say it's bad, but to me it's just too much on the cute side. It's kind of at a line where I just can't really stick with it. I guess.
No, I get it. I see where you're coming from.
There's just something about it, and I think because I've heard TT so much, not even in the last couple of years, just ever since it was released. It's like the rare time a Twice song has just been kind of too much played to me that I'm like, I can skip this one. Like, if it came on my playlist, I'd probably just be like, yeah, slowly press the skip button on that one. But yeah, no, that's why TT's at number 9 for me.
Okay.
Again, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, that is criminal.
No. It's not criminal. It's just not right. It's fine. My number 9 is not TT. So let's start there. So that one we're not aligned on. Mine's actually Ice Cream.
Right, okay.
Okay, so hear me out on Ice Cream here. Let me type that boy in. So I do enjoy the song, but it has to once again be one of those songs that I have to be in the mood for. I am not a huge fan of the electric piano that they have in there. For some reason, my brain just doesn't connect with it as much as like some of the other songs. So that's why it's had to almost be on the bottom because of that reason. And I told you this before we started recording. I actually, when I was going through and re-listening to the album, making my notes like last week for this, when I was re-listening to it, it was Ice Cream that was always on the like kind of like on the low. So I knew that's the place it needed to be in. But there's some great moments in the song too, which also is just like, because you have Mina like opening it up with those vocals. It's so good. And then you have just like a nice little like Che Momo and like Sana piece in there. Nyan hits like a high register in the song. I'm like, yes, please. And it's like nice and airy, but it's just the beat for me. Just I don't connect to as much.
That's really interesting, and I will explain that.
Okay.
A bit later as to why that's interesting for me. But for my number 8, now this was something I was also telling Rogue before we started recording. There's a song that in this album that was like, I absolutely love it, but it had to just go somewhere because I didn't know where else to put it. And it actually physically hurts to say this, for its next page.
Okay.
I really like Next Page. Like I literally have no, like I've literally wrote no notes because I really like the song. I like, normally I'm not a fan of, I don't know what the instrumental is in the back, but you know at the very start, it's not like a trumpet, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it has like that little, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes. Yep.
Normally I'm not a fan of that. Normally something like that can get a bit a bit too much for my ears. But there's something about it that like it just like it doesn't seem too obnoxious like in production. Like it's not too overpowering of everything else. But the reason I simply put it here was just because there's just other songs I listen to and like more.
Yeah.
But I overall really like Next Page. That's why I'm like, it had to go somewhere. It's just unfortunate that it was the 8th place on my list.
Yeah. No, I felt like that was this album too, because there was a lot of songs, especially when we start getting into like the middle of this album, like between like 4 and like 8 or 4 and 7, where I don't know about you, but like my rankings changed like 4 times as I was like re-listening to the album, and I was like, no, that one goes here because it's such a good little album.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, we've been here, the Twice has good songs, but taking the time to actually sit and listen and actually take the time to rank it makes me realize, damn, Twice have just always had like good B-sides. Like,
yeah, they have great B-sides, and sometimes I prefer the B-sides over the title tracks. I think you would same thing like on some of these. So we're gonna have like our number 1 is maybe not gonna be a title track.
I think the closest of the rankings that have been revealed so far, I think Cheer Up has been the closest to being the title track, because that was 2nd place for me.
Yep.
Yeah, because like Ooh was 3rd and then Cheer Up was 2nd. So far Cheer Up's like the only one that's kind of got close to being number 1 for me.
Yeah, I think Cheer Up
as of right now
3rd for me.
I mean, with this album, TT's at the bottom for me, so it's definitely not top.
Yeah. So my number 8 is Ponytail.
Okay.
Okay. Now, hear me out, because this is one that changed multiple times during my re-listen. Because me love good rock. And this gives you that rock guitar and beat. And I had it higher on my ranking. But as I was listening to other songs, they started moving up. So this one started moving down. But I just remember listening to this song the first time and being like, Twice is doing a rock song, like a rocky song. Like, what is this? This is fantastic. Because it has that like electric guitar in there that kind of gives it that rock piece. But you have like Chewy opening up the song, which is always a pleasure. You know, it's a nice flow to it. It kind of reminds me of like an anime opening in a weird way. Like that's kind of the vibe. But I'm not sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, does Momo have any lines in that song?
I think it's one of those songs where she barely has like if
any.
she has a line, it's like probably
so
it's like one sentence.
Yeah, because I was like re-listening to it and I was like, I haven't heard like, and Momo does have a kind of a distinct vocal tone,
voice.
So you can tell when she's singing or when she's rapping. And I was just like re-listening to the song a couple of times and I was like, I'm not sure if I heard Momo, or if I did, it was like so brief my brain didn't like recognize it, which makes me sad.
As a Momo bias, that kind of.
And I'm just like, as a Momo bias, I was like, you're gonna have to stay on the bottom of this list. But overall, it's a great song because that was my first introduction of like their kind of rock like side.
Yes.
We get more of that in later albums, of course. But for this one, I was just like introduced that kind of not as cutesy vibe, but having that little bit of like a guitar, like rock vibe. But yeah, that's about it. That's not why it's number 8. Unfortunate, but
I feel like this is gonna be the first album that's very different from each other. Like the last two were kind of like relatively close. I think The Story Begins was like the most like kind of close.
I think so,
to each other.
Yeah.
But I feel like this one we're very different in opinions right now, which is really interesting to me.
Yeah.
But for my number 7, and this is another one, but it's 1 to 10.
Okay.
And the reason this isn't number 7, from my notes make no sense, by the way, but I said the song is so fun. I would put this at 5 with insert what I have at number 5. So clearly, I really did struggle to pick where things go because I'm trying to cheat and put them in other places instead. But 1 to 10 is one of those songs where it's like. And I'm not the type of person, we literally talked about this last video, where I can listen to a song any day, anytime. 1 to 10 is like the one song I actually need to be in a certain mood.
Okay. Yep.
To happily enjoy.
Yep.
And I don't know what it is about it, but also I think something that makes me like it, and this is not even like a solid reason, it's just a simple Twice at the beginning. It's so fun to listen to, and I don't know if it's Mina.
I think it's Mina.
I think it's Mina.
I'm pretty sure Mina's the one who opens.
I just like the way she says it. It's just very fun to listen to. But I think the beat overall gets a bit repetitive for me in the song. Like, it doesn't really, from what I'm remembering, someone feel free to be like, you need to listen to the song again. I don't think it has like anything that kind of changes, except for the first sort of section, but other than that, it's kind of relative to the same beat, and it doesn't really have that switch up, at least from what I remember. Again, I listened to a lot of Twice in like the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of songs that I may have meshed together in my brain. So feel free to tell me like, yeah, no, Maisie, you don't know 1 to 10 properly. And I'll be like, yeah, you're so right, I don't. So that's why that's at number 7 for me.
Okay. All right. This can go real interesting. All right. My number 7 is Pit a Pat.
Okay.
So the reason why it is number 7 for me is that opening instrumental throws me for a loop every single time I hear it. Literally. I'm just like, what is happening here? That's just for me, though. For me, that the opening instrumental kind of is a little weird in my brain. And then I do also very much enjoy Sana, her little adorable little tone that opens up the song. It's so cute, and I wish it was a little bit higher on my list, but there's others that came before it. But then there have like this odd instrumental like horn in there. Like there's like this horn break that's like halfway through the song. Also throws me for a loop. I'm like, why is this here?
Like someone like in the producer table just accidentally threw it in there.
Yeah, they were just like, boom, and then they forgot. It was supposed to be like this whole thing, and then they're just like having this random horn like in it. And that, but I do like really enjoy like little bits of other pieces. Like you, like I said, you have like the Sana opening up the song. I love the little Che Dion rap in there. It's very good. It's one of like it is like a high favorite for like this album. But there's just something about the instrumental and then that random ass horn that just kind of like comes in. I'm just like my brain.
It just like kind of takes you out the.
It just takes you out. Yeah, for me at least. Like it feels out of place. Like if it was maybe a little bit longer or was happening more throughout the album except for like one or two times, I think it would, the song for me, like for my brain, would have been a little bit more like cohesive. But it was not. It was not. So that is why it's number 7 for me.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at our bottom 3, and they are very, very different. So we're about to get into some fun stuff here. Okay.
So next is number 6.
Yes.
Is it number 6?
Yes, number 6.
Number 6.
Yeah.
And that for me is Ponytail.
Okay.
I kid you not. In my notes, I literally say I don't want to show because I'll spoil my other notes.
Yeah.
I put in capital letters, "Twice Rock, we need you back immediately."
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. I agree. Also, 1000%.
What I love is its deep Twice vocals, which you very rarely got in the early stages of Twice, because obviously with the cute concept, there was a lot of higher notes and higher voices in general, which, don't get me wrong, I love the Twice highs. I talk about it constantly. But hearing Twice sing in a deep voice just does something sometimes. So I know it's more common now in their career, which obviously makes sense because they are, they're more like vocally improved and so on and so forth. But I just love the deep vocals. But what I love, and this is what I talk about in like everything I react to, is the vocal layering in the song. It is so satisfying to me as a producer how clean it sounds. Because sometimes when people do vocal layering, you kind of get lost with whose vocals are with who.
Yep.
But to me, at least from what I hear, I can clearly distinct who is singing what part and who's doing the harmonies together and stuff, and it's what makes me really like it. So for that, that alone, I really like. So that's why Ponytail's at number 6 for me. I don't know why I have to check again. I'm like,
what when are we on? Where are we?
Where are we?
What is this? Okay, interesting. All right, so my Ponytail for me is 8. Ponytail for you is 6, so it's not like a huge difference. There's only a couple little spacings there. Some of these are going to get real interesting, though, because my number 9 has not come up for you, and TT has not come up for me yet, so I'm really interested to see where ice cream comes into play for you.
I have a feeling this is going to go a certain way, but I'm not going to say until we get to that point.
Okay, my number 6 is Next Page.
Okay.
For me, I do very much enjoy, and to be honest, I had the song higher on my list, and then when I re-listened to some of the songs, it moved down a few spots because I moved the other ones up, because I kept going back to listen to them, but I just love the little opening. And that's why it was higher on my list originally, is I love having Che open up with like a little bit of a rap in there. So good. Just like, it's so nice. It's interesting. Her cadence is like, in her tone is just so unique for it. And I was just like, ooh, this is so good. And I was so impressed also with Chewy's vocals in it.
Yeah.
Oh, she sounded so good. You can hear just over the course of what we're 3 albums in, how much she's kind of like starting to improve with each album as we go. You have a fun little like Dion rap in there with Momo following it up, which I always appreciate when I get a little Momo rap. You don't hear that as often because of course you have the dynamic rap duo, but having just that like little add-on of Momo coming in, you're like, yes, please. And I think it's Mina and Jonghyun who sing the bridge, if I'm not mistaken,
yes,
right? Which is fantastic, and another reason why it was higher on my list. But then other songs start moving over because it just has this like lower, softer tone to it, and it's just so sweet. And I love hearing that from Jonghyun too. She just is absolutely amazing. It fits her vocal tone so well. But it's just so enjoyable. It's a very enjoyable song. And now I'm regretting not pushing it back down more on my list.
I mean, Next Page was literally, I absolutely loved the song, but I had to put it somewhere. So I very much would be like, yeah, let me put Next Page up there. But because I have to rank it, I had to put it where I just had other songs that I just liked more.
Yeah.
But I still love it.
Yep, exactly. So that is my number 6. So what's your number 5?
You ready for this?
Yep.
It's Pitter Pat. It's my number 5.
Okay.
Are you ready for this though?
Yep.
The trumpets in this song are so good, and I love them so much.
I cannot.
Okay. And I was like, I don't know what it is. I literally I don't know who the hell put trumpets in this song and why they disappeared away later, but put them back in the song because it's so good to me. I don't know what it is because I don't know if it's because it's so random. That's why I like it.
Yeah, I can totally see why people would. Just my brain is like,
it's literally
no.
like you were saying, it's there and then suddenly it's just gone for like the rest of the song.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so good to me. Like, I just find it so funny how it just disappears. Because it makes the songs seem more full when it has the trumpet. And then it kind of dies down a bit when the trumpet's gone, in my opinion. But I also, what did I say for this? I also said vocal layering for this song was really good. I think it's the bridge or like the ending.
Yep.
I forget who it is who's doing the bridge. Oh, who the fuck? I'm trying to think now. I don't know why my mind's blanking on who does the bridge in Piss Apart right now, but
I can't remember.
I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's something about it. You think, considering how much I love it, I would know. But listen, brain empty. Head empty.
Head empty, no thoughts. Yep.
There's just something about, again, this is what was making me laugh when you were saying you do not like the trumpets, because I literally say, like, the trumpets is so fun. And I literally love the trumpet sound so much.
Yep.
But listen, I'm a sucker for a song that puts trumpets in it. Like, Nyan just dropped, as we're filming this, like, ABCD just came out a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And I'm still on that. Like, it's so good. And the trumpets that pick up in that song, you know, that's something to get to way later, but like that's just such a good song.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, I like trumpets like that, not the random like 3-note trumpet that all of a sudden is just gone, and you're like, well, where to go?
I totally get.
It's too funny.
I also, what I like is towards the end of Pippa is that you have the Nyan ad-libs very clear. You can hear the Nyan ad-libs. And I love ad-libs so much. I am such a, I'm like, if you want to make an ending of a song seem so much full, add some ad-libs, add some riffs, add some harmonies. That'll make a song sound more full. Like, I know a lot of people might be like, it's too much, like the vocals are a bit much, which I totally get that. But with Twice, I feel like it's never too much.
Oh, it's never too much. No.
Which I know there's the whole meme with I Can't Stop Me where Junghyun singing, you've got Nyan and Geo fighting in the background for vocals.
So funny though.
Like I know it's a meme and all, but like,
but it's so good.
And this is like, it's so good. Like, it's like a hot take, I think, for me to say this. But I think if it was just Junghyun with no Nyan and Geo in the back, the ending for I Can't Stop Me would be kind of like, I don't want to say dead or empty, but it just it feels more full having ad-libs in the background.
Feels more epic.
Yeah, it feels more full, like this is the ending of the song, you know? Because if it was just Jonghyun, I would have thought we were going to go into the song again, like we were in the chorus. I wouldn't
Yep.
think of it as like a last chorus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at with ad-libs, and that's why that is the
Love it. All right. My number 5 is one in, oops, let's spell correctly, 1 in a million.
Oh, okay.
The look on your face. Oh no. Okay.
Drink up my water then. Wait.
Okay. So 1 in a million, number 5 for me. Once again, it was another song that was a little bit farther up, but as I was listening to the songs again, it moved down a couple spots. But I do enjoy the acoustic vibe to this. You have, with the vocals at the beginning, love hearing her sing, absolutely 100%. Yeah. And then you have Momo following it up, always a pleasure. Jonghyun hits this great high note in there towards like the end of her, I think it's her first line.
Yeah.
Which really hadn't heard a whole lot of, so it's nice having that little vocal flex like pop into this song.
Yeah.
And then the song just has such great harmonies. There's just like you said, vocal layering. There's some great vocal layering in this song as well. And then you have like the harmonies in there. Everybody's vocals are just top notch. Sometimes like the song will just like bring me randomly to tears, and I'm just like, I can't cry right now. Why? But it is just one of those iconic songs for me. But some other songs pushed it down a little bit after I was re-listening to them. But overall, it's great. It's one of those songs that I had to go somewhere, but it couldn't be last, and it can't be like towards the end because it's so good. It had to be in like the top 5.
If we went into this and you're like 1 in a million's number 9, I'd question the friendship, honestly. I'd have to question
you'd be like, and call.
And we're no longer friends, blocking you on Twitter.
I'm going to remove you from all social media.
Like, it would have been game over.
No. It would never be. It's always in the top 5. It's just a matter of where in the top 5. And I feel like it's one of those songs that actually is one of those kind of floating songs where there are times where I feel more in the mood to listen to it than some of the others. So it potentially could move higher on my list another time. But like when I was re-listening to it, it was pretty much falling in the same kind of like area, like in the top 5 for my re-listens of this album.
Yeah. If I'm gonna be so real, I had a feeling 1 in a million might be put around there just because of how like you were with Like a Fool. I had a feeling you might have had kind of like the similar feeling where it's like you kind of had to be in the mood for 1 in a million. So I was shocked, but like not shocked at the same time. Like my face definitely, because I can't hide how I feel, because I'm trash at that. But you know, I kind of expected it at the same time, almost. I don't want to say like I knew it, like I knew exactly where you're gonna put it, because obviously I don't. But I had I kind of had the feeling like, oh, maybe that's where Rogue is gonna put it, because Like a Fool was like, what was it last?
It was it was it was close. It was second to last.
Yeah, because because
I
remember just being
Candy Boy was last.
Oh yeah, Candy Boy, and then it was like Fool, and then I was offended
because
like
you were like, number 1, because your ranking of Like a Fool was a lot higher than mine for sure.
Mine was number 1.
Yeah, I know. I think was it? Yeah, it was number 1.
Yeah, it was number 1. So that was like what I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
All right. Number 4.
Number 4 is Miss Knock Knock. I quite literally, have you ever heard that meme where it's like, if this thing has no fans, I'm dead?
Yeah.
I literally wrote, if Knock Knock has no fans, I've died.
Yep.
Because I defend the song like my life depends on it. Because shockingly enough, so many people don't like they say this is like the weakest title track they've ever had. But I think it's so fun.
It's so fun.
And we have to talk about the Mina bridge. Because it like, to me, it competes with Cheer Up Mina. Like, it's 1000%. Actually, they're like both here and they're constantly fighting for first place.
Yep.
But Mina in that bridge, Chewy, and then the ad-libs that you hear in the back from Geo and Nyan again, I think it is. I think it's either Geo or Nyan.
Yep.
Sounds so beautiful to me. They
Yep.
have like this sort of effect on it. This is like the one thing that kind of pushed it to not be like near the top 3 for me. Was this like an effect they do on the ad-libs where it kind of sounds like they're on a phone or like a some sort of like phone radio.
Oh yeah, having like that it's almost like a synthy in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't like haze it too much, but I think if I could have it, I'd like the ad-libs to just be a bit more clear rather than having some sort of like effect on it. But I totally see why they did it. It made sense. But no, I actually really like Knock Knock. I also love the starting of Knock Knock, like the whole intro, and I think Sana saying someone else is the cutest shit I've ever heard.
So good.
It's so good, and then the rap.
Yeah,
Chang in the rap is just it.
The duo rap.
The duo rap is so good. I need more duo raps, honestly. JYP,
give me more duo rap, please.
Please give me more raps. But that's why that's at number 4 for me.
Okay. All right. I'm intrigued. That's interesting. So, my number 4 is 1 to 10 for me. I know yours was 7. Mine's a little higher. I just absolutely love the R&B vibe of this song. It definitely has that kind of feel to it. And then you just have Mina opening up the song with her soft vocals, and I'm just like, I melt every single time. I'm just like, ugh. And then you have some fantastic harmony in there. I think there's like one piece where you can like really definitely hear, you can hear Nyan, Geo, I think Chewy's in there, Dion, Momo, like all of them just like just kind of doing this harmony vocal layering. It's so nice. And also I really enjoyed Momo's tone in this song as well. It definitely has a little bit different vibe than she normally sings. It's a little bit more like kind of like airy in a way. And so like it just, yes, give me that 100%.
Like, give me more of that,
give me more, please. But yeah, no, I do really enjoy the R&B vibe. I like R&B a lot, and so whenever time I hear it, I just get like this groovy vibe to it. Yes, more. But that's why that would be my number 4. Those little reasons.
This do we even have songs still collide that could possibly be the same? I don't think we do, right?
There's one song that could potentially be.
Well, okay. So
just
number 3.
Yep.
For me, it's Jelly Jelly.
Okay.
That is where number 3 goes. And there's just Jelly Jelly is such a fun song. It's like an instant like makes my mood feel better. But what I really like is Mina, Chewy, and Sana in the intro. There's something about, I feel like in this album we have a lot of like Mina, Chewy, Sana starting songs in this album. That's one thing I kind of remember. I like noticed when listening. But there's just something about it. Their voices, you know what it is? It's like, how can I explain this? It's like a piece of string, right? That's like perfectly attached to each other. When you go from Mina to Chewy to Sana, they all have such nice, soft singing voices that it just perfectly aligns, and it doesn't like, you know, it just sounds so nice.
Yeah.
But overall, the chorus is just super catchy.
Yes.
Like, it's something I randomly get stuck in my head at the most random times of the day. Like, I could literally never, like, not listen to the song for a week. But then suddenly I'm singing the chorus in my head. Just because it's just there. Like, it's something that just constantly just, like, comes back to me. And makes me go, yeah, no, that is a bop. You know how, like, Look at Me from TWICEcoaster got, like, really viral?
Yeah.
I need Jelly Jelly to have that effect.
I agree.
Like, Jelly Jelly is just so good, and it's interesting because it's kind of like, it's like, you know, you'd think I wouldn't like Jelly Jelly because of the chorus, because there's other songs where I've said I don't really like that as much, but again, there's just something about it that's so bright and bubbly that I just like, I just enjoy it. Like, it just instantly makes my day. So that's why it's at number 3 for me.
Just makes you smile.
It does.
It does. It's one of those songs. Interesting that you say that, because my number 3 is also Jelly Jelly.
There we go.
There we are. Here we are. We had one on this one. I have the same kind of points as you did on my little notes. I love the opening. It's so catchy. You have a lot of nice, like, drawn out little notes. The three of them kind of going the beginning of the song and like exactly kind of stitching together very well. But you also have great harmony too in that. You have some little harmonies. You have, I think it's Mina and Jungyoung in the bridge again, right?
Yes,
it
is.
Which for some reason the two of them singing any bridge just sounds so nice. It's so pretty. And then you have Gio's like ad libs at towards the end, which I absolutely love, like underneath Jungyoung, and I'm just like over here just like bopping along, like, yes, like you can hear and you're like, yep, just keep on going. Just keep on doing it. And then the fast rap from Che.
Che
love when she goes into when she goes into that fast rap, I'm just like, let's go.
It's like normally when a rap comes out of nowhere, it can be kind of like a whiplash, you know? You're just like, whoa, like where did this come from? But she does it so seamlessly well that I'm like, oh yeah, Jelly was meant to have this rap. It was born to have this rap. Like this rap was very much needed. Which normally a song like Jelly you would be like, I don't think it needs a rap, but no, like Che made it work.
Oh, made it work. And then the beat is just so catchy too. And I think that was is another reason. It's just like you just kind of like bop along, and you're like, "Yep, we're vibing."
It's just one of those songs that you could like literally you don't listen to it for months, not even just like a few days, months, and you're doing something. You could be cleaning, whatever, and then suddenly you're just like singing it in your head. It just comes up, like no reason. It just appears. It just has that effect.
Oh, it's so good.
And it's just that's why it's so good, and that's why I'm glad we put it both at 3.
Both at 3.
Again, Jelly's like knock for me, where it's like if Jelly has no fans, I've died.
Yes.
Like just plain and simple, I've died.
There's just so many good things about that song. There's just so many good little bits and pieces. Then you put all those good bits and pieces together, and you're just like, this is fantastic. This is again, what I wanted in my life.
I need it to get the look at me treatment so badly. There's so many Twice songs I need that treatment to happen to. But that's like one of them I really need to happen.
I agree. What's your number 2?
You ready for this?
Yep.
It's ice cream.
Okay.
So, wait. Which ice cream again? Just out of curiosity. Where was it?
What was that? Last?
Where did you... Yeah,
number 9.
Put it last?
Yeah, ice cream's number 9 for me.
Oh, that just hurt me even more again. Okay.
Yeah, you guys, just to let you know, Maisie cannot see my screen. Like,
I can't see.
So we're just like in a Discord call, but she can't see like the numbers.
Is Rogue's beautiful face and then me in the corner. So I'm not seeing the actual rank. So if I have to ask Rogue, where did she put something again? It's because I can't see. But I put ice cream there because I quite literally think the vibes are immaculate in the song.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of like with Like a Fool, I'm such a sucker for the slow and the I don't want to say this is a ballad because it's not really like a ballad, but it's a slow Twice song, you know.
Yeah.
It's chill, it's got that guitar. But what I really like about it is Nayeon's falsetto in the song.
Yeah.
In the chorus, it's so high pitched, bro.
Yes.
I don't know where exactly, like off the top of my head, I can't think about whereabouts she is on the scale. But she does it so nice, and she has this sort of flow type where it doesn't feel like she's straining. Yeah, it doesn't sound like she's straining. It doesn't sound like she's like, you know, really trying to hit it. And it after that, it just kind of falls back into the original song, and then it does it again later. But it's just something about it, and again, the chill vibe. It's just something I really am a sucker for Twice, because Twice are so known for their high energy and their dance songs and all this stuff. So sometimes I love when Twice throw in a little, like, you know what, here's like a little chill bop to have like a bit of a breath before we get into like the rest of it.
Yeah, you're like, here's a little breather, here's a little break for you, which I don't mind. I like, there are albums out there, and I think when we start getting into more of the longer albums that are like 12 plus songs, there's gonna be more of that where they do have slower songs or softer songs, which kind of breaks up the album and gives you bit of a breather.
Yeah.
And it'll be very interesting to see where we both rank those songs.
Again, I think the craziest album to even be similar with would be Formula of Love, because that is like the Twice, like that is the Twice album. Whenever you ask someone what do you want Twice to do next, they're like, I want another Formula of Love. Like I want another full album that's just got like how many songs? More than 10 songs.
15, I think. I think it's like 15 or somewhere around there.
15 songs. Like we need another that. Like that's going to be one that I'm just really intrigued to go through when we get to that point.
I haven't even gotten there yet in my ranking.
No, neither have I.
We'll get there at some point, guys. Don't worry. We'll taking this. We'll get there. It'll be before the end of the year.
Seriously.
It'll be before the end of the year. That's for sure. Because we're on a good little pace right now. So to wrap this up and by like winter time probably would be my guess. And I started the Japanese albums.
I didn't get a chance to watch that yet, but
we'll have to add that in too. So that'll be added in as well to the list.
Twice has such a huge discography, guys, that we literally have subunits for sub videos for the main ranking videos.
Yep, that's basically...
like there's so many different categories to throw songs into that we literally were like, we're gonna have to just do like the main, which is like the main albums, and then do Japanese albums, and then solos, and then so on and so forth.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a fun time.
It's gonna be great.
So my number 2 is TT.
Okay. That probably hurt where I put it.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking, and it's really funny because you have TT at 9. I have Ice Cream at 9. You have Ice Cream at 2, and I have TT at 2.
That's the thing I thought about earlier. I went, what if that happens? I'm not gonna say it because I want to see if it happens. But that's literally, I was like, as soon as we reacted to where we put things, I was like, TT's gonna be number 2, and we're gonna go backwards.
Yep. So TT for me, it is just one of those songs. I just absolutely love the beat. It's so catchy. Like I could just be bopping along, and that's one of the reasons I usually never skip it, is because the beat is so catchy to my brain. I just want to keep on like dancing around to it. And then I really enjoy Nayeon and Mina's like cadence and tone right off the start of the song. It's just, my brain is like, oh yes. And then you have I think it's the bridge, which is it Chewy, Mina, and Gio in the bridge? Which, fantastic. It sounds so good, and they all sound fantastic in it. Then you have the iconic duo rap. So one of my favorite raps from like this album. So I'm like, yes, this has to be a high ranking song. But the beat for me is why it's number 2. It's mainly the beat, because the beat just, my brain just buzzes every time I hear it, and I just cannot not listen to it.
Again, me putting TT at number 9, I know that's criminal. I know it is, because it's such a staple, and it's such like everybody likes TT, and like I said, I do like it, but it's just not like my go-to Twice song. And I've heard TT live, by the way, casual flex, but I have heard it live. Like when I saw Twice when they did their last tour, and it was the wheel. You know how Twice does like a wheel at their concerts? I think I got Espresso from Formula of Love, which was insane. And then I got TT as well. And my poor friend next to me, she literally asked me again. She was like, I swear to God, if Nayeon takes the wheel and puts it on TT, I'm going to be so pissed. Which is exactly what happened. So I was like, listen, I may not be TT's number 1 fan, but I'm going to act like it at this concert. Because it's so fun to listen to.
It is fun. I think that's one of the reasons why it's so high on my list, because it is one of those fun songs for me. And then, of course, like, the video is adorable. I just love the MV.
If we were to rank based off music videos, then my rankings would be insanely different.
We should do that. We should do that as like another...
rank the music videos.
We should rank the music videos. We so should. Guys, you heard it here. We'll just add on another video at the end of this. We'll add it to the list. We'll do MV rankings. Be great. God. We'll just have endless amount of Twice content. It will be
Next
so fun.
Will be like ranking times of Twice episodes or something.
The Time to Twice episodes.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Okay,
funny.
well.
All right, I know what your number one is, so.
I'm so shocked that 1 in a million is my number one. No, we're not shocked, because it's me. Anyway, the reason 1 in a million is number one, I literally, the Junghyun high note is so, just so nice, and, you know, I want Junghyun to have something like that again.
Yep.
She's had it before, but not near as often as I would like for it to be, and, you know, was it in One Spark, bro? I think Nayeon said somewhere in promotions that she was originally meant to do the chorus, you know, the part that Junghyun sings.
Yep.
But she was like, she told the producers, like, no, please let Junghyun do this. And I'm so glad Nayeon fought for that, because Junghyun in One Spark blew me away. She sounded so good in One Spark, and her voice tone suited it so well. But with 1 in a million, it's gonna be so embarrassing to admit. As we all know, I'm a sensitive person. I cry very easily at things, so whenever 1 in a million comes on, I guarantee you I will shed a tear every single time.
Every time. That's why it's number 5 for me, because I'm like, it's just gonna randomly make me cry.
Like, I could be the happiest mood, 1 in a million comes on, I'm suddenly the saddest person alive. And the thing is, the song isn't even sad, it's actually more beautiful than anything, because it's talking about how you are 1 in a million, you are special, you are, you know, you are that like, you are this person that is so, like, a light in someone's life. So the fact that it makes me cry just, like, doesn't help, and you would think I'd want it not put it at 1 because of that. But listen, as we know, I love a good, like, emotional song. I blame that for being a theatre kid, to be honest. That's why I always end up being dragged to the more powerful and emotional songs. But I just love how everybody sings in this.
Oh, yes.
I feel like this is one of those songs that really showcase that everybody in Twice can sing, because, you know, people like to say that people in Twice can't sing, and it's a whole other thing. But this song just is so beautiful to me. Like, it's just it's not only beautiful, but I consider it as like a fan, like the fandom song almost. I know it's not really, but I count it as one of them.
Oh, I would agree.
It's just, I feel like whenever I mean, it's literally that, you know, when they introduce themselves, they say 1 in a million Twice, you know, like, it's such a staple in, with Onces and with Twice, that it's like, I love it so much, and I have such a personal connection with it as well. So that's why, for me, it's at number 1.
No, I do agree, and yeah, I forgot, there is no rap in that song, right? It's all singing.
No.
Yeah,
It's
and all their
pure vocals.
Yeah, all their vocals sound phenomenal. And it really is a vocal flex for all of them, because if you think about it, the beginning couple of albums, you do have a lot of like Chaeyoung rap, Nayeon rap.
Yeah,
you don't get them singing a whole lot.
Yeah, one thing we'll notice definitely going on is that you'll see more members be more have more singing than what they do. Like, when you look at a Twice album now, like even Ready to Be, a lot of vocal moments from members you're not normally used to hearing, like Momo or Chewy or Sana. There's so much more out there now, and it's what I truly love about Twice's new stuff, is that everybody just gets a chance now. Because, like, the way Twice have been, like, obviously all the members have sang and, you know, stuff, but obviously it's definitely been more like Gio and Nayeon, and then sometimes Junghyun, right?
Yeah, the 3 mix, yeah.
Like the 3 mix, which makes sense, because, you know, that's your 3 main vocalist, that's what you aim for. But it's just nice to see that growth, and obviously where we're at now, like you said, there's a lot of raps between, like, Chaeyoung and Daeun and even Momo. So it's nice that you'll get to see that change as we go on.
Yeah, you still have great rap moments, but you also get some nice, very nice vocal flexes from them as well.
For example, one of my recent, like, Twice releases that I absolutely love because of vocals is Bloom from With Youth. That is such a beautiful song.
Oh, so gorgeous.
And that really just showcases, yes, we can all sing. Like, I don't know where this mindset is that, like, literally, like, here you go, here's the song. Like, I don't know where the mindset is that only half of Twice can actually sing, because they all can, but I love a song that just vocally showcases all of them.
I think based off of me being super, super new once here, but I can see why people would think that because of these beginning albums.
Yes.
That's
what I'm saying. I understand people who may think it, but people who
continue to
are
think
aware,
it.
like they've watched like The Killing Voice or something, and they've gone, yeah, no, like you're just lying. Like what? You are just lying to yourself at that point.
Yes. If you haven't watched The Killing Voice, you should go watch The Killing Voice because it's amazing.
Please do.
Please do.
It's really good.
It's so good. But yeah, so for me, my number one is Knock Knock. I absolutely love the synth like retro beat at the beginning of this song. I wish they would bring that kind of vibe back a little bit. You don't hear the retro synth a whole lot in some of their like later albums. Maybe like one or two songs, but you hear it a lot more in like these kind of like beginning albums. The overall just like faster cadence that everybody has like singing, very good. Also has one of my favorite duo raps is in this song. They just have, then you have the duo rap and then you follow it up with Jonghyun in there. And it's just, you're like, okay, this is a great follow-up. Absolutely, I'm here for it. You have Mina with the bridge. It's one of my favorites. It's, you said it was like when you were talking about Knock Knock on like as number 4, she has like this gorgeous like airy tone to her vocals and it's so pretty.
I think we talked about this in the last video that Mina does this. She kind of like takes you out of a song as if you're having like a one-to-one conversation with her almost.
Yeah, like you're just an out-of-body experience almost.
It's literally, and it's not like a bad like, oh, it takes you out the song because it's just different. It's like it literally feels like I'm here, Mina's there, and she's just beautifully singing to me right now.
Absolutely.
And
I get it. And then there's great harmonies at the end of Knock Knock that I absolutely love. And you have a lot of underlining kind of like vocal layering as well. That it sounds like Geo. I'm not 100%, but it sounds like her.
I think it is Geo.
At the end. I'm pretty sure it is. It's like towards the end, but it's like this underlining vocal that's in there and it's just so nice. But yeah, no, the just the kickoff with the synthy retro beat at the beginning just hooks me in, and then just the overall like form of the song with everybody's vocals raps, it just like keeps me there. And that's why it's number 1.
I forgot I wrote this in my notes. This has nothing to do with the song, just the music video. But I put in brackets, the reason it's number 4 is because JYP jump scare.
Oh my word, yeah.
You appears in the music video.
Because what, it's at the end, right? Is it like, or no, they open up the door.
And he's there and they're like so upset to see him there.
This is the JYP jump scare. I love it. It's so good though. I 1000% remember reacting to that video and being like, who is this man who randomly shows up on the door? Because I had no idea who he was.
Because a lot of people advise that you at least don't have to listen to him, but just like look at who JYP is before you actually look at Knock Knock.
Yeah, like I had no idea. I was like, who is this man? And everybody in the comments were like, that's JYP. And I'm like, oh, okay. There's just random man at this door. Who are you?
Like no one knows the door. I'd do that too.
Jeez. I'd be like, I'd be jump scared. I don't know about it. Like it's so funny. Yeah, no, he is an interesting individual, that is for sure. So I'm looking back at this. The only song was Jelly Jelly. There's no others. There really is no other song that is remotely close to each other. Jelly Jelly.
I feel like we're pretty much backwards with everything. Like
almost, yeah. Actually,
because TT's last for me, it's second for you. Ice Cream's second for me. Ice Cream's last for you.
Yeah. Ponytail is like 8 for me. It's 6 for you.
Yeah.
You have 1 in a Million as number 1. I have it at 5. You have,
that felt like being stabbed in the heart when you said that. Yeah. Like, oh.
1 to 10 for me is number 4. It's like number 7 for you. So it's like it's almost like we like flipped a little bit on this one. So I'm excited to see what Signal is gonna bring. Because I have no idea. This could be this album also was an album that I like kind of like freaked out. So, yeah, no. We can move on to the next album if you want. If you're good, are you still good?
I do ask, and you can either edit this out or keep this in. I need to run the bathroom because I just drank this whole bottle of water.
Oh, I could refill my drink. Let's go. All right. We're good.
Quick break.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Oh, fuck. Fuck Mallow. So it's Sana the pre-chorus. Is this cheating that I'm going for my notes again? No. No, it's not.
Alrighty.
Alright. I'm like quickly running over the Signal album just to make sure I know what to work again. I'm like, is this cheating? Because I'm doing this while Rogue's disappeared.
You're good.
Let me stop eating chocolate now. I'm interested to see how this one goes.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are. I'm also very intrigued to see.
Especially after how Lane Coaster went, I'm like,
I think this is also one of the albums that when we were talking about it a little bit before, even before started recording, where there's some songs in here where it's just like, I guess it just has to go here. I don't want to put it here, but it just has to unfortunately go here because there's other songs that maybe move up on the list. So this one is up moving down on the list.
Yeah, there's a song here that like when I listened to it again, I was like, holy shit, that's such a good song. And I like went to check and I was like, do I not have this on my playlist? Because like I feel like I don't listen to this one and I didn't. So I was like, this needs to go there immediately.
Immediate. All right. So it's only six songs, so it'll be won't be as long for this one.
Unless it's us though, so we talk a lot.
We do talk a lot. I mean, it's already been like an hour, so it's fine.
Like, my favorite thing my community started saying to me was that I'm the queen of yapping.
I love it.
You're so right for that. I am. That's literally, yeah, that's me.
That's gonna be me when I start my my monthly like Twitch stream. I'm gonna start doing one to like catch up on some stuff, and I feel like it's gonna be like a 5-hour long thing because I'm just gonna be talking the entire time.
I will be tuning into those, unless it's things I haven't seen yet. Then I will disappear like I do with Newbie. Like he'll be streaming, and I'll go and be like, "So," and he'll be like, "Yeah, I'm about to watch this thing, something I've not checked," and I'm like, "Bye," immediately.
Later.
He's like, I can't stay here because I haven't seen this yet. So bye.
So funny. All right, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is 3 times a day.
Okay.
Now, the reason I put this here is that it's simply because there's a noise effect that, I don't know if it's my hearing issues, but it like borderline makes me uncomfortable for some reason, and I don't know why, but it's like this sort of like alien communication little sound effect they do, like I think at the start of the song.
Yeah, there's a funky little opening to the song for sure. Yep.
For some reason, that noise makes me very uncomfortable, and I don't really know why. Because it's not like it's just
like me with the horns.
Like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I don't like it for some reason, and for that's why it's last. But Sana in the pre-chorus sounds so good. I think Sana in the very early stages of Twice actually had a lot more vocal moments than what I remember.
Yeah, re-listening to these albums. Again,
from re-listening to the albums, like I said, it's given me time to actually, you know, look at who's singing what part. Because, like I've said before, my Twice journey isn't on YouTube. My Twice journey just happened because I just like went through like a marathon of just listening to everything and anything they've done.
Yeah.
So I didn't really like do the whole sit down, look at lyric videos, see who's singing what for like, or at least for the stuff that hasn't come out since I've been reacting to K-pop.
Yeah.
So it feels like I'm like relearning these songs again for the first time almost, because I'm like actually looking into who's doing what. But yeah, that's why 3 times a day is at 6. It's just because of that little sound effect throughout the songs. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it does have a weird little funky interesting, it's like a retro tropical interesting beat or something like that. It's definitely unique is the best way.
Unique's the right way to put it.
Put the right way. For me though, 3 times a day is not number 6 for me. Hold Me Tight is number 6 for me.
Okay.
And I will say that for you, 3 times a day, it's the funky little like sound at the beginning. For me, in this song, it's the weird siren.
Yeah.
There's this siren in there that is a complete mood killer for me. It's just like it once again, it's like the horn. It's only in there during a certain periods of like the song, like to like usually I think it was like to like start off like either like a chorus, like something as like one of the choruses or something to that effect. But every time I hear it, I'm just like, what is this siren? Why is there a siren in here? I don't understand.
Like this album is very like experimental with audios.
Like, I completely agree.
Literally look at like the entirety of Twice minus Sana did not like Signal. Like, in fact, they just never wanted that to be released.
Yeah.
It was just Sana that was like, no, let us publish a song.
Yeah.
And thank you, Sana, for that, because like Signal's good.
Yeah.
So, you know, this definitely feels like an experiment, not even like experimental album, just
sounds.
The songs have sound. Yeah, it's like just some certain sound cues that have just kind of been thrown in for some songs.
Yep.
So I definitely can see, especially where we're both coming from.
Yeah. So there's like, but if there were not any of the weird siren song, like siren pieces in here, I think this song would be so much higher on my list. Like it probably would be like 2 or 3 because we have fantastic vocals. You have Jonghyun with this great like little vocal flex. She has like inflections that she's doing in her her vocals that are to die for. I absolutely love them. You have like the trio rap going on, which I always appreciate. But then you just have the mood killer of the siren, and I'm over here like, what the heck? If it was not like, for that, that song would be so much higher. So much higher.
Yeah. Which it's funny because my number 5 is actually Hold Me Tight as well. Okay. And funnily enough, it's also because of the siren sounds. It's one of those things. I don't know if it's like it overstimulates me low-key or what, but there's just something about it that I'm just like, why you?
Yeah. Why? Yes, exactly. Why?
But I said the same thing. Jonghyun vocals in this chorus is so addictive that I could just listen to that chorus on its own. But what I especially love is the ending with Jonghyun, because you've got Nan and Jio harmonizing the fluxion at the end, and it sounds so good. And it just, again, kind of going back to what I was saying about Lane Coaster, it makes the song seem more full and like more like a fulfilling of an end to a song. It doesn't make me feel like, oh, we're gonna go back into another chorus, like the song's not over yet. Like it just has that sort of good ending.
Yeah.
So that and the rap too, but again, same thing. The siren, it's just I don't really know why it's there either. Again, this is why I'm saying this album is very experimental with its sounds, because for at least these 2 songs, that's like my issues is literally just they have a weird sound effect that I can't get over.
Yep.
But that's why Hold Me Tight is at number 5 for me.
Interesting that you say that, because number 5 for me is 3 Times a Day.
I swear, if you say like the same reason I do, that's gonna be.
And actually, I'm looking at my notes; it's almost the same. But no, so for me, I don't mind the like the kind of like funky opening. It sets the tone for the song. I know what I'm getting into with that opening, because I know I'm gonna have some kind of interesting beats. Because there is like this retro kind of tropical-ish vibe to it, to the beat, but it doesn't hold my attention, if that makes any sense. Like, as like, it doesn't captivate me as well as some of the other songs on this album, but I can see where you're coming from on like why you would have it as number 6, because there is like that little kind of like weird funky beat at the beginning.
Again, it's some like weird alien communication like sound effect. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, and
but if you've heard the song, you know what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah.
If I could pull the audio up, I would just play that section just to be like, this is what I'm talking about.
This is it. But, yeah, because that I 1000% I can see where you're coming from. But then you're in your brain when you're listening to the song, you're like, if it didn't have this song, it has some great things. They have some great like there's great vocal layering towards the end of the song. Chase like has a great sweet like vocal in there. What else? Sana and Momo have some great ones as well, like some great like vocal pieces. Jonghyun hits like a great high note, continues with that vocal inflection that she kind of had in Hold Me Tight as well. So there's some really good things going for the song. It's just the beat doesn't,
this one sound effect that kind of takes me out of it a bit.
Yeah, it doesn't
take me out of the song like Mina does. It just takes me out completely.
It's not like a take me out and just sing to my face and I'm just in awe and just going but it's like a ooh, okay, bye type situation.
Be like, I'm overstimulated.
Yeah. No, I do see where you're coming from, and that's why that's number 5 for me.
That's so interesting that we basically have the same last 2, just opposite.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't. Okay. I didn't like the siren. I like that was more of a kind of a overstimulation for me than the 3 Times a Day like weird vibe. That's why they were flipped for me.
But again, again, like we say in every video, me and Rogue do not share notes.
No.
We don't tell each other anything.
Nope.
So that's why we're shocked when we see like how similar or how far away we are from each other, because we don't discuss, like, we literally are like don't like. It's not really Rogue that does it, but nearly I spoil my answers because I get too into the conversation before we film, and Rogue's like, shh, she's like, don't say anything.
Yep.
It's more me. I'm like the Nyan here, where I'm like accidentally spoiling things.
Yeah.
By accident. I forget I'm not meant to tell her. So I'll nearly like, I'll say it, and she'll just be like, no, don't do it. And so, yeah, we literally don't tell each other. That's why this is just so interesting to start off this album.
Yeah, it's so good.
This way.
Yep.
But moving on to my number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is where it starts getting difficult for me. But my number 4 is actually Signal.
Okay.
The reason I put Signal here is simply because it's that situation where it's like this song has to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I still really like it.
Mm-hmm.
But the way Diane and Chaeyoung start this song is so good that I must let you know is so fun. And you know, whenever I hear it, I just picture the music video. You know where they're jumping and they're doing the heart.
They're doing the heart. Yeah. Yep.
Like I envision it so well. But the bass is so clear in the song, but it's not to the point where it's like that's a bit too much now. Like you can very hear the bass in the song, but it's not like, you know, if you put on your speakers, if you have speakers, it probably might sound a bit jarring. But for someone like me who wears headphones, it's like it's just in the right place where it's like it's not overpowering Twice vocals, but it's not too quiet where I don't really hear much of like a beat or a bass happening in the back. So for that reason, I really like it. But honestly, it's just such a fun song.
Like, it really is. It's so fun.
Like the entire chorus, the way, I think it's Sana who sings the chorus first. Sana's tone.
I think so, yeah.
I think Sana's sort of cute tone she has in the early stages just really fit Signal a lot. So when she does, it's Sana and Chewie. The way their voices sound just really suits Signal to me. Like I just think it's really good for them, and that's why Signal's at number 4 for me.
Signal's not number 4 for me. It is Eyes. That is number 4 for me. I do very much enjoy the little retro swing beat at the beginning. It like I do, now that you mentioned it, I 100% agree with you. They were trying interesting musical things in this album for like 6 songs. Because if you think about it, like with Signal as well, but you do have very much every single song has like this kind of has something to it, and this one has like the retro swing beat for me. There is great harmony in this once again. The only reason why it's like so low is because I like some of the other songs better. If some of the other songs weren't on this album, this probably would have moved up even more. But you have the great that I'm obsessed with Nyan. It's a little inflection. It's so catchy in this. Then you have the Geo follow-up. Fantastic. It's just a nice little add-on, having them doing like the Nyan then Geo kind of and a lot of songs. It fits so well. Great like vocal layering. The bridge, I think the bridge is it Geo, Nyan, and Mina, right? And the bridge?
Yeah, I know it's Geo and Mina. I'm pretty sure.
Or is it Jonghyun and Mina? Again, I can't remember.
Geo.
Is it? But the bridge part is amazing. They sound so good. And just like so many fun little vocal layerings that they do through the thing with the rap too. Yes.
Yeah.
But it was very hard for me once we hit number 4 and on, like these
you were
4
kind of
songs.
like the same as me, where you were just like, I don't really know what's gonna go where.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, I guess
sorry
I guess
to like the hold me tight and the 3 times a day stands that are probably very upset right now.
Yeah, they're over here
that we like kind of already knew them two were gonna go with the bomb for us.
And the other 4, it like took me like, I think I re-listened to this album like 4 times because I was like, where do I put these? I have no idea.
But next is number 3, which this might be surprising because you might have expected to be higher, but it's Someone Like Me.
Okay.
Again, this is another sort of like vibe, you know, the guitar, just the pure sort of Twice vocals that go on. But I really love the layering of the chorus. There's something about the I forget if it's Momo or Sana, but Momo's voice is very prominent in the song too, which I really like. Like when I think of the song, when I think of the song, I just hear Momo more than anybody else. But I just love how, again, like I say for Twice, they always throw in like a chill song, and it's either going to be my top or it's going to be near the top. Like you just know it's always going to be there. That's why I feel like a lot of people might have thought I might put this at number 1 because it's very me and very much what I like. But it's just I love it just hits. It simply just hits, and the falsettos that the member do in the chorus is just so nice to hear. It's so clear, and like they just again, it's one of those things where it's like the vocals don't seem like it's too many people trying to sing the same note. Because with 9 members, it's really hard to harmonize with 9 people.
Yeah, 9 people,
like,
absolutely.
4 members alone in a group is already really difficult to like harmonize. So to have 9 different people with different vocal techniques and tones, it's really hard to hear everyone and go, oh yeah, you can tell it's 9 voices. But I feel like the song very much does that in the chorus. So that's why for me, that's at number 3.
Okay. Interesting you say that because Someone Like Me is also number 3.
Okay.
Here we are. We had another one. Finally, just locking in the same. Fairly same reasoning. One of the reasons why I actually had these 2 songs, like Someone Like Me and I's, flipped for a while, and Someone Like Me was 4, but the more I listened to it, the more I really enjoyed like the electric guitar that then switches into like this bass beat during like Mina's opening. It just sounds so nice. And then you have some of my favorite Mina vocals to date is in this song. They sound so good. It just has like this kind of like soft, airy, and she has great like vocal inflections in there throughout like the entire song. But I also agree with you. There's so much richness in a lot of their vocals, and some of them have like a little bit of a lower tone too.
Yeah, I feel like I was kind of saying, you know, 9 members, it's hard to harmonize with 9 people. Honestly, it's hard to harmonize when it's just 2 people.
True.
Like harmonizing is not an easy thing to do. It's so, you know, it's such a fun thing to do, but it's so difficult. So when you hear Twice harmonize and they kind of go up a scale almost because it's 9 people. You go from like someone being the lower register and it kind of leads up to someone who's more on the higher end of the register.
Yep.
So again, that's why I liked it so much and why I just think it's so interesting to listen to.
Yeah, I think it's Chewy. I think Chewy has like some of the like lower notes in this one, which was really surprising to me because I wouldn't think that she would have like the lower register than some of the others.
How old would Chewy have been when Signal? She would have been like a teenager still.
Yeah,
like
18? But having that lower,
17.
I would say probably I was gonna guess 18, but I'm not like trying to think of like years and stuff. I would think that she'd probably be around like about 17, 18, but having like a little bit of a lower register in this song like really surprised me. She had it in another song, and I think it was in like TWICEcoaster Lane 2. I think she had another song that kind of had a little bit of a lower register, but this one had like more of that. And I was just like, yes, give this to me. It's so good. She sounded amazing. So for me, the lower register would be more of like your maybe like Jungyoung having a little bit of lower register. Of course, Geo will go into her lower register, which always is I love it when she does. So you have like a lot of those that will take that role on, but having Chewy all of a sudden like land in there, And I'm like, okay, Chewie, I see you. Like, keep on going. But you just have that throughout the
Chewie's
whole
vocals in
thing.
Twice always surprised me.
Oh, always.
I think the killing voice really, like, it's showcased, because I feel like, again, kind of going back on the conversation that people have, like, this idea that Twice members can't sing. It's always Chewie that gets kind of that comment. You know, I always see people say, like, well, she did, because, yeah, okay, originally when she got into Twice, JYP said it's because of visuals and popularity. That is why you're here right now. That is what you're bringing to the team. And that was fine. That was like when K-pop was around then, that was like a huge thing. Now it's kind of like shamed on if that's what your position is. But even from then to now, Chewie has proven that she is way more than just a pretty face. She can sing, she can dance, she can do it all. And
she's hilarious.
About this. She's so funny.
She's so funny.
She's such a brutal person to her members that you forget that she's the Markine sometimes.
Yeah.
But I forget where she said this, but I think it was like an interview or something. But she said something along the lines of, I appreciate that people say I'm pretty, but I would like if people complimented me more on my vocals or my dance. And that's always stuck with me when she said that, because it's like, I guess you don't necessarily think, you're like, oh, well, yeah, she is really pretty, because she is. Like, it's Chewie. Hello.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I feel like if I was in her position, and people all the time would just be like, oh, yeah, you're really pretty, and then they stopped at that and didn't say anything else when I'm like a singer and a dancer, I'd be a bit upset. I'd be a bit like...
Yeah, I know. I completely agree.
Like, I feel like it's just one of those things. So seeing Chewie have some vocal moments in Twice songs, it's so nice to see. Like, I think Yes or Yes, actually, the beginning is her, which I would never have guessed in my early stages of getting. Yeah, like after Mina does her whole intro, she does the
Yes
part.
or Yes,
and she sounds so good in that too. And again, if I was like in the early stages of getting to know Twice, I probably would not have thought Chewie was doing that.
Yeah. So, well, that was the thing. So when I was doing my like Twice deep dive and going through all the albums, I was so impressed with the growth of Chewie. Like through the whole thing, both her and Sana, I believe, were the two that were like the major, going from like the early albums to the more recent albums. Just seeing both of their growths throughout everything, seeing some different vocal tones, some different styling that they use. It's just one of those that are just like, it was so nice to see, and I was just like, oh my word, Chewie, what are you doing? This is Chewie. I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah,
this can't be
I think
Chewie.
as well, a lot of people really tend to forget. I mean, obviously Twice have a foreign line, but Chewie, you know, J-Line have each other.
Yeah.
Chewie literally had no one.
Literally.
Like,
yeah.
Where was it? Like, when Diane first met Chewie, she didn't know anything other than, in Chinese or Mandarin even, other than I love you, or thank you, or hello.
Yeah.
So when she met Chewie, she just kept saying I love you over and over again and hello, because she didn't know what else to say.
Yeah.
And it's like, because obviously there's no videos of like Chewie when she first joined JYP. You don't see that side of she has no one. You know, and she's trying to learn a whole new language at like 15, 14.
14, 15,
you know, she was like 14 when she actually moved and traveled and went to JYP Entertainment. And you know, even now she still has some moments where she messes up her Korean, but it's just like they laugh it off now because it's not like a embarrassing thing. It's just like, oh, you know, it was just a bit of a slip up. Like, trust, if you told me at the age of 14, go to a foreign country and learn the language and sing and dance in it for the next 10 years of your life, I could not do that.
No. I'd be like,
I'm
good. I can
my own language, which is English.
I was about to say I can barely speak English.
So asking me to do that, I mean, obviously this was Chewie's choice. She wasn't asked to go do it. Like, she literally got scouted and then she did it. So I always have such a soft spot for Chewie anyway because of her vocals. Like, I think Ready to Be was like the final, like, this is Chewie singing. Like, this, like, she has found her comfortable spot and where she sounds good, and just that album really like shined to me. And I definitely agree with you that I think Chewie and Sana had the most growth out of everyone. I would argue Momo kind of did as well.
I would say Momo would be up there too, but not as, I would say, as noticeable.
Yeah.
As the as like Sana and Chewie. I think their overall, because I think Sana started singing in a little bit of a lower register in some parts, where she was singing more in like the high cutesy like kind of register.
Because Sana very much had like the cute like image.
Yeah,
and she loved it. She loved doing it. She never was like, I hate
she
this.
is the happy pill. She's the
Like,
human happy pill.
She is. And the thing is, with Sana, it's like, if you don't get into Twice and you see Sana, you see a clip of Sana being Sana, because that's how I can describe her, really.
Yeah.
You'd think, oh, she's just putting that on for fans.
No.
That's
just her.
Just Sana.
That's just her whole personality.
Like, what was it recently? The Prada thing she went to? She met with, I don't know their name. I know. They were literally like jumping up and down and like.
I know exactly which one because I saw it on Twitter, like I think yesterday or like this morning or something like that, and it was like huge.
Jumping up and down while
they're
like
both of them.
Hands.
Yeah, so
like,
cute.
That is just Sana through and through. Like there's just nothing. Like that's just how she is.
Just a bubbly personality. Yeah.
So like whenever you see like Sana upset,
it breaks my heart.
It breaks my heart, but also. I think it's 16, I think, where 16. Like Sana gets mad. Yeah. And everybody's just like, whoa. Back up. Hold on. I'm not used to this, Sana.
Yep.
I'm not used to this one. And it's just, again, that growth between... I know we're getting off trail here, but the point is, the growth between Sana and Chewie...
Yeah.
It's so impressive, and I would like to hope more Wances kind of pick up on it, because again, every Twice album I will very much talk about it all the time. Like you'll always see me being very open and being like, I need Sana and Chewie to get some more love. Obviously I want all the members to be loved,
yes,
but I just need someone to give Sana and Chewie some more love in their vocals.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why like this song was like the top 3 for me. Is there you start hearing a little bit of those vocals, and the whole song is just a vibe. Like it's just one of those songs like you could just put your windows down like driving, or like just like kind of bop outside and just like walk around. It's like almost like a nice little summery vibe to it, for me at least. But yeah, that's why it's
I definitely agree. Again, the guitar, everything about it, it's so nice to listen to.
Electric guitar going into the bass, absolutely love.
Yeah.
All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Eyes, Eyes, Eyes.
Okay.
That is my number 2. The melody of Eyes, Eyes, Eyes is so, like, it tickles a part of my brain, is the best way I can explain it. There's something about it that I really like, but there's a part, and I know which part it is because it's the line that's such a meme, but it's where Chewie says the line where she's like, I'm not interested in men anymore, or whatever it is. That whole part with the la la la's, not even just because of that lyric I think is so funny, but I just find that part so nice and just like so cheerful. Like it's funny because it sounds like so happy, and you think, oh, we're talking about like something really positive, and then you look at the translation, it's like, I'm not interested in men, I don't care about men, screw men, basically. That's what the lyrics are. And it's just so funny because like when you're listening to it, you're just like, you're just like, oh, this is really happy, and then you look at the lyrics and it's very different to what you're hearing. But for me, also talking about like the odd sound in the songs, this is like the one song that got accepted to me is the tambourine in this song.
Oh yeah, like the retro kind of like swing type.
Like you hear the tambourine like off the rip at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. Like I kid you not, in my notes, I just put the word tambourine. I didn't even write anything else. Just tambourine is just there. But it's like it's a good example of a sound that fits perfectly, because it doesn't just come in randomly and then disappears. It's consistently in the song from the beginning. I'm pretty sure it is anyway. Like it's
it has that whole kind of like swingy, like kind of retro vibe. Yeah. So
for me, that's why that's at number 2.
Interesting. I thought for a hot minute that we might have the same number 1, and then you said something, and then we don't. But of course, I had to delete that. My number 2 is Only You. I love the fun beat to this song. It is so damn good. It almost made it to number 1 for me. But I thoroughly enjoy the soft tone from Mina when she's singing about like chocolate candy. I think it is. I just have chocolate candy on my notes, and I'm pretty sure it's Mina.
These notes aren't professional notes, by the way. It's just like it'll be something like, oh yeah, I really like this. Like literally, like I just said, I wrote the word tambourine down. Like I didn't give any more context. I just tambourine.
I just have Mina chocolate candy. I'm like, okay,
these are not professional notes.
But and then it leads into Jonghyun in there, which is yes, love Nayeon's vocals in it. The Geo follow up with some great vocal flexing. Like I was like, yes, keep going, keep on with that vocal flex. And I'm pretty sure Mina has like a little bit of a rap in this song, if I'm not.
It's like one of those. Like it's like one of those talk rap almost things where it's like it's not really a rap, but it's kind of on the borders of being one.
Yes.
So you don't know if you want to count
it's like speak rap. There is a term for it, and if you know what the term for it is, let us know, because there is a term for this style, because it is classified as like a rap, but it's more of like it's like a talk rap. I don't know. It's
I
don't know. There is a word for it. But I just absolutely love that piece. And then you have like the saxophone. We're talking about random like sounds. I love the added saxophone at the ends of this, and then them harmonizing on the Only You line is just so good. And they have some great little vocal layering on it. But the saxophone just brings that song together for me, like kind of that ends bit, where you were saying like eyes, eyes, eyes. It's like the tambourine. Like I in my notes has like saxophone end. like I love that little bit at the ending there. It's really good. It's really good.
Well, that's interesting because obviously, as we can know from my number one, is Only You. And this song, I literally put in my notes, pure happiness. This song gives me end of movie, happy ending, walking out the theater feeling like I'm a new person vibes.
Yep.
Very specific vibe, but you know, like, what can I describe this as? Have you ever, like, when you go see, like, a Disney movie?
Yeah.
And they have, like, that very inspirational song that you walk out the theater and you feel like you're the main character. Suddenly, like, you just went on this, like, life-changing journey.
Yep.
Like, you're about to discover the world all over again. That's what this song gives me. In fact, I would argue, because it's number 3, I've got, like, the track list on my monster, so that's why I'm, like, looking where it is. I would have, if I was to, like, organize which song ones were, I would have put this at the end as a finisher for the album. Because it gives that very, like, it's, like, fulfilling. It's also very nostalgic sounding to me.
Yeah.
Like, again, like I said, it kind of reminds me of, what is that song, bro? When Can I See You Again? That was in Wreck-It Ralph from...
Yes.
Yeah, it gives me that sort of vibe.
Yeah,
it's Wreck-It Ralph. It gives me, from Owl City, that's who it is. It gives me that sort of vibe where it's like, again, you just feel like a new person. You just feel like it's a happy ending. There's just the instrumental of it all. It gives me pure joy. Like, it's just something that I could listen to over and over again, and I won't get sick of it. Like, I could actually just, like, stream it for, like, an hour, and I'd be like, yeah, no, we'll keep going.
Just keep going.
I'm not tired of this song whatsoever.
1000% has that great, like, fun vibe and, like, fun beat to it that you're just bopping along the entire time.
Like, could you imagine them ending a concert with this song?
Oh, my word. That'd be, like as an end song, or as, like, a encore end song?
Like an end. Like, that is the final song you hear before they, you know, inevitably come back and do the encore.
Yeah.
Like, it's the big finisher song.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Like,
that'd be
great. So good.
Oh, so good.
But yeah, that's why that's the number one for me. Because again, it just gives me that pure nostalgia and just that like happiness. That like, I just love it so much because of that.
Yes. So my number one is Signal.
Okay. Aren't you 2 for 2 now with title tracks being number 1 actually?
For so far, no, because I think it's only been, for me, it's only been these two albums, both for title tracks, because Knock Knock and then Signal, because then Story Begins was Truth, and then Page 2 was Touchdown.
Oh yeah.
So Signal, my note next to it is just yes in all caps with a bunch of explanation points. I am a Signal girly since I've heard this song. There's something about this beat I absolutely love, and it's so damn catchy to me. And then you have just what you said, the like 4-year raisins for number 4 makes it also my reasonings for being at number 1. You have the Che Diane like at the beginning. You have the back and forth between Momo and Mina, which is great. Then it switches over to Jungyoung. I love her tone in this. Then you do have that, and it is Chewy and Sonic, because I actually have it in the notes of them singing that that little bit. I think it's the chorus.
It's the part where it's like the chitty, that part, right?
Yes, and it's the two of them, and it's just so catchy. It's so damn catchy. And you have a little closeout rap on the song,
kind of like
it's with, I think it's with Momo and Mina, if I remember correctly. That kind of like close the song out with like that kind of rap style. And it's just, I don't know, there's something about the song, it's so catchy. It really is. And the MV is just wild.
Literally, I feel like there's many like you always associate when you hear a title track, you think of the MV, but this is like one of those MVs where like I can think of every detail. Like I'm thinking of Momo with the astronaut helmet. I'm thinking when Chewie punches the poor alien into the wall. Like there's just so many things I'm like picturing. And then obviously the most iconic part of the MV is the ending when they all turn into these alien pig things. Like it's so good.
It's so good.
Like honestly, again, like I said when I was talking about Signal, actually kind of criminal that Sana had to fight for that song.
I know. I'm just, like them not liking the song. I'm just like, but it's so good. It's so catchy. It's so catchy. I like the just the beat build up in that song. My brain just buzzes in the best way possible. It's one that I will continuously just like repeat.
Also, it's got to be like one of my favorite choreographs from Twice. I don't know why, but the little thing they do with it like this and the heart, it is just so good. One thing I actually forgot to say on Signal is my favorite part is Jungyeon. I think it's after the first chorus where it's her part. Where she's doing the I forget. Obviously I can't say the words because it's in Korean and I don't know. But I love her voice in that part. And there's like a little bit of like a vocal effect sort of thing after her lines, but I really like the way it sounds.
I just her, and I'm not sure, she could have just done some interesting inflections on that. They could have, and then they tweaked it a little bit in post with like the vocal effect. But yeah, she definitely has some very unique vocals, and that was another reason why I was like, this is a great little bump of the song.
I think as well what's interesting is a lot of people might say to me, because you might put it as like it's borderline the cuteness level of what TT is, right? Which you're not wrong on that, but Signal just has something where it's just like it's not too like, I don't know how to explain this in my, like I've got it in my head, but I don't know how to put it in words to make it be like, oh, I see why. But like, yeah, it definitely has the same cute value to it. But to me, I don't think it's as over, like their vocals, like their tones they use isn't as overwhelmingly cute sounding as it is in TT. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that does.
But I think that's why also Signal's just, again, it's so much fun. The song is so catchy.
Oh, it's so catchy.
Like there's so many, you know how like in K-pop, at least I know the term from K-pop, I don't know if it's always been used in music, but they have like the killing part of a song. The entirety of Signal is a killing part.
Yes.
Like all of it is so much fun. And again, I, like we said, had such a struggle with the 4 songs. Like Signal was originally actually number 1 for me as well. So for it to go from number 1 to number 4 is kind of crazy. But again, these 4 songs that we've just kind of went over again are so good.
They're so good.
Hard to put them.
And I do like the like the interesting instrumentals like that they use throughout a lot of these songs, and then you just get to the last 2. Get to the 3
The
times
last
a
two that
day,
exist.
and Hold Me Tight. And they went for my taste, they went a little off the deep end. They're adding in some little funky stuff that didn't mesh with my brain very well. But the other 4, I really enjoy how they were adding in those elements, because you really didn't hear a whole lot of that stuff in the beginning albums.
Like with Signal, I can get, like, I remember getting into my once journey when looking on social media. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you can just skip Signal."
Why?
And I'm like, why? Why should I skip it? And they were like, "Oh, it's just not that good."
Ugh.
And I guess if you're following from like the likes of TT, Knock Knock, Cheer Up, then yeah, okay, it's not like as like, I guess in people's opinions at least, it's not as like, this is such a good title track.
Yeah.
But to me it is.
Oh,
To me it's on par with all of them.
Yeah.
Like, again, people who don't like Signal, why? I need to know why.
Yeah, let us know. So some of you were doing in the comments of the last video, putting your rankings in there. We greatly appreciate that. Kind of like, little, like what yours were. We love seeing those. See if you are letting us know if you're on track with more of like mine, or if you're on track with more of Maisie's. As we do enjoy, and we were reading all of the comments, and it was we do appreciate them all. So thank you, and hopefully you guys are liking these videos. And it has not been 5 weeks. That's
no,
the
it's
last
not been
one, or 5
it's not
months.
been as long as we thought it was going to be. I will say as well, although because I didn't interact, I was sneakily reading comments as well. I was saying this to Rogue. I was sneakily also reading them. So anybody from my community who comments, just know I probably saw it, or I probably will see it if you comment on this video.
Yep.
But no, it's just this whole like ranking TWICE albums. It's such a fun thing to do, because again, like today, like especially for Lane Coaster, so different from each other. I think, except for like what was like the closest one we had.
Well, we had one. It was Jelly.
That was like the only one that we clicked. The rest were very different.
Yep. Everybody else was just all over the place.
And it's funny because obviously I had 1 to 10 be quite low, and Rogue quite literally said, "It's crazy because you're wrong."
It's like,
which it's like, you know what, you're not wrong. Like, I am wrong. You're so right. But like, also, have you seen the rest of this album?
That's what's so fun about this.
Again, obviously, jokes aside about TT, like I said, it's such a staple in TWICE's career. Obviously, it's like very well known. Like, anybody that does this, they think of TT. Like, that's what you think of whenever you see anyone do this.
Yeah.
And or maybe unless for some reason you know that, but it's not because you know of TWICE. I don't know who would do this and be like, "Oh yeah, that means sad face," without like not knowing the context.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like you just associate it with what TWICE do. But again, it's so interesting looking at the earlier days of TWICE, because like I said, I did these just on my own before starting reaction, so I didn't have that initial really listen to the songs and take in who's singing what part and who's doing like which vocal tones are we using and stuff. Like, I was just listening and being like, that's a bop, and that's a bop. That's what I was doing. And it's only until between 1 and 2, which is when I started reacting to TWICE, is when I was really like, taking the time to listen and look at lyric videos and see who's doing what. Stuff like that. And so that's why this is just, again, it's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, it's just like reminiscing almost for you. Kind of really getting down and deep. Like for me, it's been less than a year, roughly, or I might have just been starting TWICE right about now, like last year. So
and for me, it's been nearly 3 years.
Yeah. So re-listening to these albums for you especially is probably like, oh wow. Yeah, me, I'm just like, I remember bopping to this like a year ago.
I bopped this like a couple months ago, and I'm like, oh,
it's been a little bit more than a month ago. For me.
This is just Rogue saying that I'm an old once, by the way. Like, this is where this is going.
Yes. Which is perfectly fine. You're the old ones, I'm the new ones. That's what this is.
This is what happens, because for those who don't know, there's like a group of us reactors, and I'm like the youngest out of everyone. So I get teased for that a lot. It's like being the marketing of a K-pop group, to be honest, for being the youngest. So now Rogue's taking the chance to be like, you're older, not me.
Not me. Yeah. It's great. But no, this we did well. We stayed under 2 hours on this one. I'm pretty impressed with
You know
us.
what? I'm so impressed. We both talk so much.
We did, yeah.
Like that San and Chewie tangent was probably not necessary, and you probably did not care about that, but like, listen,
it needed to happen.
It needed to happen, and it will happen again later because there's a certain vocal moment in a song way later. Like I'm talking like 2019 twice that I want to talk about with Sana, but I'm trying to hold that in until we get to
till we get there. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a very much an interesting journey that we are going to embark on here on these later albums, because we have Merry and Happy coming up. We have Summer Nights and Year of the Yes. Because we are going to...
Yes, is going to be interesting.
Yeah, because we are going to do the, like, repackaged albums. So we're not doing them twice in a row. That was
so if you wonder why we haven't done, like, Yes or Yes album, it's because we're going to do it with what it's repackaged as. Same for, like, Merry and Happy.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to do the repackaged ones that add on the new songs and then have the songs from previous one. For us, it was just in our brains a little bit easier than all of a sudden just being like, oh, let's just add on like 2 additional songs on this as well.
We
made way more sense. So that's kind of like the flow of this. But yeah, no, I think that's it for us. Yeah,
that's it.
That's it. Thank you guys. We greatly appreciate you hanging out with us today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll catch you on that next one. Later.